Third baseman, Guillen.
Lamont Wade Jr. Webb covering, beat Yelich by a step. Wade at first today. Brett Wisely, the second baseman. Casey Schmidt at short. And J.D. Davis at third. The outfield of Haniger in left, Yastrzemski in center, and Conforto out at Wade Jr. Webb covering, beat Yelich by a step. Wade at first today. Brett Wisely, the second baseman. Casey Schmidt at short. J.D. Davis at third. The outfield of Haniger in left, Yastrzemski in center, and Conforto.
He has with a little bit of a bigger lead at first. See if he's thinking about going. Burns with a long look and a long set. Here's the pitch. Swung on, and that's hit right to second base. A looping line drive that Miller goes back and makes the catch for out number 2. For a second, I thought it was going to drop, but Miller ran back, reached up in the sunshine, and made the catch. Victor Caratini going to go out to the mound right now as Brett Wisely steps in the box. A long stroll to the mound. And is this just giving him a breather right here? Maybe getting the Brewers left-hander. Looks like Milner out there if I'm seeing right. Give him some extra pitches. He's probably going to face Lamont Wade Jr. if this inning continues. He's on deck. Like I said, this is one of the longer mound visits I've seen in a long time. Chad Fairchild goes out and says, let's break up the fiesta.
Bowling.
Oh my God.
It's impossible to be held. No bodies impossible.
That's the ball game. Give me my shit.
I think number 30 is the best hitter.
Start hitting over.
Alright, come on.
No, 2.
I just realized I couldn't be going that way. Ready? Who's in the
Subscribe. He's out. He's out. Come on. Go both ways, boss. Don't be forced. You're soft. You're soft.
Oh my God.
It's impossible to be held. No bodies impossible.
That's the ball game. Give me my shit.
You're under it. Get it on right on it. Come on.
Yes!
You're under it. You're way under it. Even out your swing. Don't go straight. Don't go upwards. Even it out. Yeah, swing, man. Sit.
I'm going back to 40s.
Okay.
If it will, here's a changeup. And call the ball right at the knees to Jack Sawinski, who's got big time power, 9 home runs. He's about as hot as any pitcher in that. It's not easy. Davis somehow found a way to make that play. Hey, guess what? TimberTech, they decided on the everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech on Memorial Day Monday. Connor Joe.
Is really appreciate the support we got all year long from all your parents, Mr. Wolf, Mr. Fernando, he left, and all the support people on campus did a great job. This is a wonderful group of kids, both the varsity and the JVs. We have a few JVs here. I'd like for coaches to introduce them. You can stand and then be acknowledged at that time, and the awards that we have. JV coaches we had, very happy to have them. Vince signed on in December to do the JVs. Vince has coached here for many years. Obviously, he's a Corona, so he's part of the program and has been forever with the Corona family. We kind of got Dalton out here to help in January. They helped with the JV to create that staff, which we didn't have. Okay, we basically didn't have staff. So we're very pleased that these guys did the job. We had a nucleus of kids that basically were solid, and they did a great job with those kids. So Coach Corona, thank you. Coach Dalton, thank you.
All right, South, first up. And then Isaac, and Andres, and the rest of you guys, come on up. Be shy, come on up. And everyone see you. Come on. I hand the mic over to my coach to say a few words, and then we'll finish.
Yeah, just if you haven't met me, my name is Dalton Graham, and I teach here on campus and was fortunate enough to have the opportunity to work with these guys this season. I didn't quite know what I was getting myself into at the beginning of the year. You know, I heard we might have had a team, might have not had a team in the past, and was very lucky to have the group of guys that we had this year. Success-wise on the field, wasn't the best year for us, but I couldn't have asked for a more resilient group of kids. It's really hard to continue showing up for practice every single day when things are not going as well as we would have hoped. But every kid up here worked hard all year long, and as coaches, we would tell them, you know, we're not paid on JV to win games. You know, they don't put us in the paper. They're not talking about our record. It's all about how did you look at the start of the year and how are you going to look at the end of the year. And every kid up here made tons of progress. We were throwing them in spots that they had never played before. A lot of them had taken years off of baseball, and so kind of getting back in the swing of things and learning the game all over again. So really proud of all these kids that showed up every day, gave 100% effort, and I hope to see them over the summer as we continue to play and into next season as well. So thank you guys.
This is my 6th or 7th year here. I'm not too sure on the exact number, but Coach said I've been here a little while. And I didn't know what to expect this year either. I know it was the first year back, big year back after COVID. I knew that a lot of kids hadn't really played. So I was really excited regardless of how many kids we had out there to just get baseball back in the kids' lives, because it is hard. You go from doing nothing for 2 to 3 years, come back out here, there's a lot of, you know, nervousness, a lot of firsts. And how many of you kids played last year? We had a full team, it was about the same. So it was a learning year. A lot of learning, and as Coach mentioned, it is hard to come out there and keep practicing and showing up and putting in the work every day. When you show up to games and the other teams are maybe more advanced or they're putting it together more. So I have a great deal of respect and overall love for these kids because they showed up day in and day out. You know, we lost 20-0, they still showed up the next day, wanting to practice, wanting to get better. And that builds character. You know, this maybe baseball is maybe a sport, but it's also developing character for an early. And I try to preach that to them all season, that, you know, you're going to face adversity. You know, everything's going to come easy. It's about how you bounce back. I'm very proud of these kids. I'm very excited for these kids going forward because they showed up and they fought and they didn't let it be them. And I think as adults, you guys understand that a lot more, and you can see the work coming from us coaches trying to do that with these kids. That being said, I mean, I can't say too much. I'm very proud of them. We showed up, like I said, we battled, and these kids are all young. So going forward, you know, they keep that same mentality. They keep their grades up. They keep at it. They have the support that they have. You know, next year, the following year, their senior year, junior, however more years they got left, it's only going to benefit them as a player and as a person. So boys, very proud of you. Thank you guys for coming out and allowing me to teach you the game of baseball and allowing me to teach you to be young men. Thank you. I'm not going to say his last name because show where we're going here. Joey B. That kid, I mean, there's nothing bad to say about that kid at all. That kid showed up every day, didn't know a lick of baseball. Said he played badminton, some volleyball, something like that with the net. But he came out here, he didn't know the game, he didn't know if he was a left-hander, if he was a right-hander, you know how to grip the ball. Had an idea because he watched the Angels with Tommy, but that was about it. Tommy swore he was a pitcher right there. But that kid, he showed up every day. He got himself a glove. He got himself, you know, baseball. He took what we taught him and he practiced it on his own. Sometimes I get out to practice, or I'd be leaving late and I'd see him just picking up the ball and throwing it across the grass or across the fence and going to pick it back up, just trying. And I'm very happy for that kid. I'm very proud of him. You know, he showed up and he just really, I think, developed a love for the game. Someone that didn't know nothing about it, he showed up. He was throwing the ball from third to first. from the outfield to second base, which is a big deal for someone that, you know, has never played. There's a lot you have to learn in a short time frame. So I wish he was here so I could tell him in person, but I'm very proud of him, and he got the award as most improved. It's for Sal. It's the Outstanding Player Award. This kid showed up day in and day out too, regardless of the score, regardless of the lack of players we had at practice. He showed up, and he's always like, "Coach, can I do this? Coach, can I do that? Coach, what do I need to do to get better?" He always wanted to get better at something day in and day out. It didn't matter if it was after the game when we just lost, or it was after practice and he, you know, he's having fun. There's always something with him that he wants to get better at, and I like that. As a coach, we love that, because that means the kid's passionate about the game. He's receptive of what we have to tell him, and that's huge. You got thrown in a lot of positions this year. Play outfield, play catcher, play third, play first, pitcher. Then you played everything for second base. You played short, sure, I remember that. Second. But it's versatile. The kid, you know, you ever played shortstop? You ever played second? Not until that day. But he was willing to play, willing to learn, and he didn't let the mistakes get us down. That's big. You know, as adults, we all have things, we all have trials, tribulations. And we learn it here, it's adversity. Got put in some tough spots, he battled it out, kept his head high, and learned his hat. And thank you.
We literally had zero from the standpoint of coaches at that time. They stepped in and were diligent, did a great job. I think Jovi's last name is Buffon. And here's the deal with Jovi. He was left-handed. And the first day I saw Jovi out there, he was going to play, and he was ready to go. He didn't have a glove, so get a left-hand glove, probably about that long. That's all I had that day. But you guys were out there, if you saw Jovi, you know, Jovi could not throw the baseball from here to Coach Turan when he started. That guy's right. Jovi could not throw the baseball that far. And by the time it was done, he's pitching. And that's a testimonial to a kid that loves baseball. He's a great kid. He's a typical McLane guy, willing to work hard and basically have the reward for it, but work hard. And you gotta love the guy. I mean, honestly. And he's got a great name too, Joey. Really easy to give him a hard time. So I just had to say that because he did such a tremendous job and improved what he did. Coaches, Marciano, come on up. Rodney, Terrell, come on up now. I'm going to say a couple of things about the season before, while you're coming up, before we give anything to the kids. First of all, nobody in the Valley had better parental support and better attendance at the games, both home and away, than we did. And we had a bunch of guys and gals that were ready to go. I mean, you moms and dads, you were there. And you were great to the kids, you supported them, you got stuff for them, and you couldn't ask for anything more. And I know because they're so young, and you guys are so ingrained in the program that this is going to continue. And I'm looking forward to watching that happen, because I appreciated everything that you did. This particular year, it wasn't going to be the way it ended up. I wasn't sure what was going on, so when I took the thing over, it was a little bit, I didn't know what the hell was going on, to tell you the truth. It worked out from this standpoint, especially because I was able to get my coaches back and coach with us, and this is an excellent, excellent coaching staff. We've been together for a long time, even with Marciano playing here for us and being a true Highlander all the way through, turned into a great coach. I mean, absolutely great coach. And Rodney's been around us for the longest time. He does everything, calls the pitches. Sotero just kind of humors me and does the outfield and coaches first and looks at me like, why do you make that call, coach? I don't know, hit him. But you hit him. That's what I like to do. Anyway, so from the standpoint of the season, these coaches and my buddies did a great job. But these guys, and I'm going to say this before I say anything else, these guys were 100% here. I'm not talking about these guys. I'm talking about those guys. Every day, I saw 16, 17 faces, always the same guys, always on time, always ready to go. Are we correct? Every day. And that's why we were able to be competitive with 6 freshmen. And that's why we were able to get better with 6 freshmen. And that's how we were able to survive losing a quality pitcher and hitter at the time of the season we did, and still surviving. So by the end of the year, we started to get a little more healthy, and basically we were pretty competitive. You know, if you followed the deal, Firebaugh won the Valley in Division 5. We gave them the best battle. They won the championship game 4-1. We had those guys who were 1-0 against in the 4th. They got 3 on us. We came back and didn't score, but we had a good opportunity to beat them on their home field with their senior pitcher pitching. So for us to come as far as we did, this is a real tribute to these guys. They are ball players. There's no question about it. And majority of them were either at Scan or Yosemite last year. That's what you have to understand. And they're playing varsity baseball and doing a great job. But above all, they're dedicated Highlanders. They're dedicated Highlanders. And they're going to be dedicated Highlanders all the way through. These guys are going to play all the way through. They're going to get better and better and better and better. And there's some serious talent out there. Notwithstanding the seniors who we're going to lose, okay, who are tremendous players. But you got to take your hats off to these guys. They're the future. I want to thank a couple of people. First of all, you ready? Okay. Jeffrey, come up here. This young man right here, I know you saw him keeping score at the games. Jeffrey Bunn, his father is a coach here. Jeffrey's a player here, and he's done this now for 20 years, Jeffrey? Yes. 20 years, and he's had a tremendous amount of pay. That would be 0. So we got him a Highlander t-shirt finally, and a Copper River hat. Thank you very much, Jeffrey. Appreciate it. Dedicated to the program. I think he's dedicated to her, you know. And, she probably scared him, hounded him every time, so whatever, he had to show up. I want to make sure I thank Donna, the scorekeeper, who's been there every day and keeping us straight and making sure that the lineup doesn't get messed up. Appreciate everything that she has done, obviously, in addition to being my wife. Mr. Burnett's not here. Susie's not here. I want to thank them. We thank them for their support throughout the year. These other two guys, I have to say a couple of things to them because when it got time for the playoffs, Bryan and Ramiro came through 100%. Mr. Wolf said, Jim goes to the playoff. Mr. Turan said, Jim goes to the playoff. So that is how we got there, guys. So you got in the playoffs, you got two supporters that are supporters of baseball. And you need to understand that when you see them on campus, you are their supporters. You guys understand that? When anytime they need help, you help them. Anything happens, you help them. And above all, help them by staying eligible, staying in class, and getting the job done. Which, bottom line is, I will tell you guys that we had 16 guys. At one time I checked the grades, were 13 guys with a 3.0 or better. So this is an intelligent thing to do. And that kind of tells you what we're working with, what we have in the future. From my standpoint, this will be my last head coaching team, and I can tell you right now, I'm very pleased to say that I'm glad to have been with you my last year being in charge. Okay? I don't know which direction we're going to go. I hope that somebody up here can follow in my footsteps, and we'll see how that works out. That's a process that we have to go through eventually. But I want to thank Mr. Turan, who's my fellow coach, and we coached together and basically tried to run the school together for a number of years, and I think we're successful. And Mr. Wolf has been nothing but supportive of the program and myself throughout the years he's been here. He's a good guy, and he's easy to talk to, and the guys are young at heart, and they're good leadership for the school. Really. You've got some guys who can do the job, so you need to talk to them if you need some help in anything. Okay? Now, I'm going to call you guys up immediately. Come on up. I'll say a couple things about you. Lastly, or should I say, Marciano's, what should I say? Marciano's son, Lassie. Guys, coming up, shake hands with the coaches. And get your letters. These are all guys that are first-year guys, and we got a lot of them. We got 8 of them that do not have varsity letters. Awesome, thank you. Okay, stay up. Aaron Delgado. Aaron played third base for us most of the year. Lastly, he and Lashley were both third baseman. Lastly was kind of like a little bit of everything. And the thing that hurt Lashley a little bit is he's Duncan, and Duncan, it's a little bit late. But Arian did a hell of a job. Hey, Arian's an outfielder last year. Scan, right? Okay, let's go play third base, Arian. Okay, because Dino got hurt, Matt got hurt, Dino's going to short, Big Country's hurt. That's third baseman there. And you saw him play. He did a good job, a really good job. He's a very powerful kid, and you saw batting practice. That guy hits the ball hard. I mean, everyone will say that guy hits the ball hard. That ballpark is not going to contain him in another year. Not this year, the junior year, that ballpark, that 300-foot ballpark is not going to contain that guy. So, good job, Arian. Appreciate it. Really good. Jacob Mendoza. Jacob Mendoza. He did a whole lot of playing time, but again, wonderful kid, and got better and better and better and better. And he played last year. And not very many guys from the JV team, but Jacob is one of them, and Jacob, as I said, better and better. And also, I think, Mendoza, did you have a fundraiser? Because I think Mr. Mendoza may have paid for this banquet here. So, thank you, Jacob.
Thank you.
Leland. Now look at this giant right here. Lee Flores. Okay, again, Lee last year playing at Scan. Okay, came in, hard working guy, man. I mean, good swing, does everything right. Ends up playing for us in center field because Ace can't stand up, breaks the wrist, and Leland filled in and did a great job. You saw the games; he caught balls all over the place. I mean, he's a little freshman running around out there, and I'm not sure he played center, but he is really a good ball player. And right now, his swing is very good. He put some balls in play. Was a good butter. Not strong enough, at that level, but the potential is ridiculous with him. He's unlimited, and I look forward to seeing what he's going to do in the future. This next guy, Francisco Aleman. Now, Cisco. We got to spend some time with this guy. This guy right here, God gave him a baseball body like you cannot believe. Look at him. Look at him. He can run, he can hit, he can throw, he can do a lot of stuff. He's going to have to pitch also in this next group. But his talent level is ridiculous. Tremendous arm, good outfielder. I can't ask for any more. He ended up hitting fifth, and he's got unlimited potential. I don't think, I think the sky's a limit for this guy. And the thing about it is he's a great student, and he also works his butt off. So it's not a matter of guys get talent and don't do anything, because these guys all work their butts off. Emilio. Where is he? Oh, well, okay. He ate 4 different plates. He didn't eat it all. Yeah, okay. Don't mind, he ate. Anyway, Emilio as a kid just came out as a senior about halfway through the season. And actually, we all felt like he would be a competitive ball player if he had only figured out how to get out earlier. Because halfway through your senior year, we're going now. But he's a wonderful guy. He came out every day. He loved being in the baseball program. And I like that kind of attitude for a kid. He just worked hard. My playing, he didn't even ask. Just got the game, I got the game. So, again, that's the kind of kid we had out there in that baseball field. Joseph Hernandez. Joseph is our Yosemite Bear, right? Yeah. Joseph was at Yosemite last year. He's another freshman, pitcher, first baseman. Gonna be a great ball player, this guy right here. Okay? He worked hard, got himself in way better shape, didn't you? Looks good. Look at him. He's gonna be a really good pitcher. He's a good hitter, and he's a big kid. I mean, there's some guys here that can play. Look at those guys. Ugly, but they can play. The last one, Max Corona. What can you say about this guy? If you know this guy, you know just what's going on with this guy. Well, here's the situation with this guy. 2 catchers got hurt before the season started. Okay. Enter Max. I can catch, let me catch, I can catch, let me catch, I can catch. So to find out that he had caught his whole life. And he went back there and he was remarkable. I mean, he held us together. He caught every game from the standpoint when he went back there. He's really a solid defensive guy. He would have been one of the pitchers, and that was the place that had hurt us because our pitching got a little bit light. He would have been able to pitch, but he couldn't pitch and catch at the same time. This is just way too much for him. So he did a wonderful job. He's a good hitter, and just an excellent player. And the thing about Max is He came on the scene a few years ago trying to keep score with my wife, and he's goofy. He's really is. It makes you laugh, but he also makes you respect him. He's just a nice kid that does a great job. Those are my new guys. Okay, these are the Letterman coming back. Victor's a senior. Played the outfield. They get a insignia. Thanks, Vic. Vic ended up playing a little second base, played the outfield. Came out for wrestling late. Did you win the Valley?
I made a master. I got 40.
You went all the way to the Masters, huh? He's an excellent wrestler, and was able to go back to mix both sports. And you know, he's a really nice guy. He's a great guy to have on the team, and a good ball player, good hitter. He pitched in the summer and he pitched in the season. And we're at Madera South, and Guillen gets hurt. Vic comes in, throws 5 innings. You know, that was when we played 3 games in 3 days. So Victor really saved our bacon in that situation, and it was a tough situation for him, but he handled it. Stork.
Stork man. Stork down.
Matthew Stork. Coach Stork. Stork is one of the guys that catches and hurt his knee, okay? For some reason, when these guys hurt themselves here, they can never get released from the doctor. They're just always there. They're done. So Matt, I know it was forever with Matt getting released, and you know he's running around. My knee's fine, coach. Yeah, but you haven't got a release from the doctor yet. So guess what? Matt was going to be a very good catcher. He got behind. Couldn't hit, couldn't throw, couldn't catch. So by the time he did get healthy enough to play, he was behind. But he's a junior, and he's going to be a good ball player next year. He's a big kid. He's the nicest guy you want to meet. Okay? Drives me nuts, but that's okay. He's a good kid. Alvarez. Andrew Alvarez. Andrew now is a guy that's been in the program for a while, and he ends up going in the outfield, trying to pitch a little bit. In the outfield, he became, at the tutorage of Mr. Ortega, he became a really good left fielder. Really did. He watched the games, he was good. Very good. Toward the end of the season, he started making contact and hitting the ball better, and we got really better at the end because he got better at the end. It was good defensively all the way through, and he started hitting. And he's a great guy, too. And he's a wonderful guy. He's always smiling, having a good time. You can see this, he had 8 plates of food. I don't know where he put it, but that's how many he had, and he wanted more. And I'm going to miss Andrew, too. He's a great kid. Awesome. And he's a senior. So Penalosa and he are seniors. Czar. Alizar Barajas. I'm not going to make fun of you. I'm not even going to make fun of you. I'm going to be very nice. Alizar's a great guy. Well, Alizar's a first baseman and played virtually the whole year there and really did a wonderful job. Got better and better and better. Good hitter, got some key hits. He's another guy. Next year as a senior, there could be some time he can't get him out because these guys are going to keep getting better and better and better. And Alizar, again, 100% guy, there every day, working hard. Not real happy when I had to run him, but you know, that'll change. Well, Mr. Jimenez. Eduardo Jimenez. Now, if you saw Eddie play, you know this guy is a second baseman. This guy is as good a second baseman as I've coached, and I've coached a hell of a lot of them. When he turned a double play ball, it was 2. Automatic. He also pitched for us a little bit, but the reality is with Eddie at second base, we were solid. We couldn't even move him around. When it came time to run and do some stuff, no, we can't move Eddie because we don't get those double play balls. And if it was down, he got his hands on it, we got 2. He was a solid hitter, some key hits all the way through, and he's a sophomore. So he's going to be a kid with unlimited potential the rest of the way to him. We have another sophomore, Ace. Ace also is going to be a guy that contributes. We don't have a lot of kids in the sophomore class. You know, the COVID killed one class, and then Fresno Unified killed the second class because they didn't start baseball till later after baseball was over, baseball season was over. So there's 2 years, there's no baseball players, and I'm not the only one. I'm talking, when I talk to Hoover, when I talk to Roosevelt, even some of the other ones, they all say the same thing, Art. Actually, I was talking to someone outside the district. They said their sophomore and junior classes are almost empty because of the COVID thing. So it's not just a situation with us, but it is a situation, and you know, it's something that we'd like to have more, but we'll take the ones we have. Big country. Joseph Musgrave. Joseph knows this. Joseph's one of the most pure hitters I've ever coached. I had a kid named Ryan Ricardo, led the state in doubles at Fresno City College. No better hitter than him. When we lost him on the mound and we lost him at the plate, we lost a lot. I mean, it was gonna be him and Mario pitching, him and Mario playing short. But then it was Mario pitching and Mario playing short, because we didn't have him. So that was a domino effect, and it opened up doors for other people. But Joseph is a good baseball player. And you've seen him hit. He can flat hit. And I don't care who's pitching against him, it doesn't matter. He's going to hit it. And he's a guy that, he's the guy that's got to move on. And I don't know where we end up getting him, but he's got to go into a good program, tryout camps and things of that nature, because he's got that kind of talent. And the reality is, his arm's still, I don't know if you know, he hurt his arm swinging the bat on March the 9th. He still hasn't gotten an MRI. He's not released from the doctor. And he ended up going out and playing those last couple games because his dad said let him in, basically. So, anyway, next guy, Roman Guillen. So Romy was a first baseman last year. He's played just about everywhere this summer. We're going to have him become a catcher because our catcher graduated, and he was going to be there. He did a good job. All of a sudden, baseball season starts, and he's out playing flag football or something, and blows up the inside of his knee. So there goes the starting catcher. Okay. But eventually he got well enough that he could play third, so he put him at third. And then Musgrave went down, so he had to go play short. So we got Guillen pitching and playing short. He's never played either position. When he played the first game at short, that's the first game you ever played at short, right, Roman? Your first game was short this year, was the first game at short. And your first pitching was last summer, right, as a senior. So he did yeoman's job, picking up the stuff that we need. He's a knockout kid, he does a great job, good student. Everybody likes him. I mean, you see the grin. You know how they are. We see the ones in the stand. Last but certainly not least, Mario Corona. Now, you follow the game, our game, and you know that this guy right here was the heart and soul of the baseball team of McLane High School this year. And he's been a 4-year Letterman. He started as a freshman, so he's not an unknown entity. I don't know how the hell he got the second team all league, but I found that out tonight. And I think, 7 teams in the league, and they didn't give us any more spots. Last year we had 16, 17 spots. This year we had 18 or 17 and 17 spots. So I don't know what happened on that. We know his quality, and we know his future. He's going to go to COS, right? Mario, you going to COS? Okay. And he's going to move on, and he's going to be an excellent ball player all the way. If you saw our games, you know that there were times they couldn't hit him, but we had trouble scoring runs for him. Okay, and then when he got tired, when he threw 197 pitches or whatever it was, had young guys that weren't ready to pitch. So, you know, some of those games that we had, the notable ones, that, you know, as luck would have it, Joseph got hurt, and then we played, and then the next game we played for league, Fresno High, without him. And then Ace got hurt, and then we played the Easter Classic 4 games in 3 days without him. And Joe. So those scenarios where there was a lot of games in a short period of time. If you look back, we played the 4 games in the Easter Classic. We had 2 days off. We came back and we played 3 games in a row the following week. We played Wednesday, Thursday, Friday the following week. So we played 4 games on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We played 3 games on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 1 pitcher, basically, and a bunch of guys trying to fill in. So, you know, it was just the way it was. The kids did a great job, and Mario pissed his butt off. There was no way he could have done a better job than what he did. There's just no way. That game up in Fireball, I think Mr. Turan's a believer. He went out there and struck guys out with bases loaded. He just made pitch after pitch after pitch, and really doesn't have a breaking pitch. He just goes out and guts it out, throws it in, throws it out. It's just guts, just absolute guts. I mean, he's a quality kid, not a bad student. Not bad. He's a 4.1? What is it? 4.1? Your GPA. What? 4.397? That's 200. He's 4.1. So you can't ask for anything more out of a McLane student. Great athlete, great kid. You know, definitely going to miss him for 4 years. I had him around me. So anyway, that in essence is the season. I've got some awards to give these guys. Let's start with a couple of these things called Outstanding Player Awards. We had some awards that I wasn't ready for, so basically I was glad to get these awards because these are kids who were outstanding on our team and really did a good job and come into the team and help us out in situations, and they're different. They're different in that this guy, I've already talked about, he got better and better and better, and he's a senior, and I'm proud to give him this Outstanding Player Award, and that's Andrew Alvarez. And we've got, I don't know if you saw the JV one, but we've got a medallion with this information on the back and the Islander crest on the front. Let's go somewhere, Andrew. The next guy, also, Outstanding Player Award, and this was the guy that stepped in and did a hell of a job. I've already talked to him at length, or about him at length, and again, he's a very, very cool kid, I think. That's Max. Outstanding Player, Max Jerome. I say you got a senior, you got a freshman, that's kind of cool. Most Improved Player Award, this was voted on by the kids, okay? Those awards were kind of throw-ins, and they worked out real well for us. We appreciate them. This is voted on by the kids. This is hands down. Most Improved Player is a guy that started from zero and ends up being a very dominant and productive member of the team, and that's Lee Flores. Okay, I've got 2 other things, and I'm going to give them both at the same time because these are the guys who were basically our captains through the year. Somehow we had a mix-up, and I only got one of these. I'll get another one. But the 2 guys that basically held us together when it came to everything, leading the cheers, doing all that stuff, and basically leading us on the field were the 2 seniors, Cadino and Corona. Our captains. Great choices. Thank you guys. Excellent job. Now the other thing is the next 2, the bigger awards. We give 2 big awards. We give our All-American blanket, and the most valuable player. Now, the All-American blanket is a career thing, or was, and then the most valuable player would be the guy that had the best year by itself. So the big award was the one for the blanket, because that represented the 4-year process. So I'll get back to that. But the MVP would be the guy with the most impact on the year that we just got done with, and that was given basically by the team, because we had them look that way. 1, 2. That was Romy Godino. Very nice plaque. Very nice plaque here with McLane High School in the front, and some ugly guy on the front. I don't know where that guy came from, but maybe you can have that taken off and get your picture on it. Congratulations, Rome. You deserve it. He did all that stuff for us. I've said enough about him. All the stuff that he filled in and basically did for us. Okay, this next one is basically our last one. And I'm going to read to you what I was sent. Okay? The Highlander Rise, one more second. The Highlander Rise to the Rafters Award, formerly known as the Blanket Award, is our most prestigious athletic recognition. The award should only be given to student athletes that are exceptional teammates, which this guy is, leaders, which this guy is, have high character, which we know he does, strong citizenship, and that excel in the classroom. That definitely describes this guy. This award is not a single season award. The criteria for being honored is a culmination of 4 years in the individual sport, which he qualifies. An athlete does not have to be played in individual sport for all 4 years of high school, but they do have to be a senior to be honored. He played all 4 years. Do not give a blanket award if you do not have a student athlete that meets this criteria. Well, I'm going to tell you guys, and it's a dead honest truth, this guy meets all of those criteria. Hands down, 100%. There could not be someone who answers all those questions more than Mario Corona. Congratulations. Can I say, I don't think in all the years I've coached, I've met a guy that would make that distinction right there and more than Mario. He's a wonderful, wonderful kid. Guys, thank you very much. Everything you did for all of us, especially for me, I'll never forget it. And you guys are going to get better, and there's going to be no way to stop you. No way. So get your butts off the stage now. In the program, all the kids, looking forward to it. We got a good summer schedule set up. Coach hasn't given that to you yet, but so you guys can understand, if you want to hear where we're doing this summer, you're going to Fresno High, you're going to Selma, you're going to Sanger's coming here, you're going to Fresno Christian's coming here, Carruthers is coming here, and I think Washington Union is the last one of the 7 that I've scheduled. Okay, so you got a good schedule. Coach will fill you in on the rest of it and all that. So looking forward to the summer, and again, thank you guys very much. Really appreciate it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Bryan Hall. For those of you who have not met, I'm the principal here at McLane High School. And this is Coach Tarrant, vice principal and longtime soccer coach. And we get the distinction of closing out with Coach Jim Saramarco. So to put it in perspective, he told me today that he began coaching in 1968. 1969, 70. Now Mario Corona, since you have a 4.14 GPA, how many years ago was that? Yeah, we looked up his GPA. So, started coaching in 1969, 1970. Let's do some quick math. If you go 30 years to 2000, add another 23, we're looking at 54 years coaching at McLane High School. Taking over the varsity baseball program in the 1990 season and coaching that for over 33 years as the head coach of the program. Now, one of the things you guys may or may not know is coaching is actually very, very hard and challenging. In fact, I'd say it's one of the hardest things that you can do for the simple reason that everyone believes they're an expert. Everyone thinks they can do it better, and everyone thinks they would have made the right decision at the right moment in time. And coaching is all about making decisions quick under pressure, and you get some right and you get some wrong. Jim probably stays up awake at night thinking about something that happened in 1973. It's holding a runner at third, it's sending someone home and the throw gets there in time. It's a lot of decisions that you make, and then people all want to criticize and they want to judge you without having put the work in that it takes to be there and be in that position. So sticking in that role for this long, still having this much hair, is an admirable thing. But I will miss Jim. He's been great. I met him 6 years ago. I had a blast talking with him. He cracks me up. He's got a great heart for the kids in the school. Dedicated his whole life to working in this community. Just think about the changes socially that have happened for someone who started their career in the 60s and still be teaching and working with kids today is remarkable. If you guys have fun, go on Google and look at how different the world was in 1960. Jim was coaching here before the car took gasoline. He predates cell phones, computers, a lot of the information and things we have available to us right now. He actually does have a flip phone. I don't know if you guys know this. Jim, pull your phone out. Hold this up. So, when this guy texts me a long message, you kids don't know this, but your parents do. You have to hit one button 4 times just to get to the letter H. 5555, 662, just to text, and I just know that means he's fired up. But no kidding, all jokes aside, Jim's been great. It's going to be sad for us to lose him. Hopefully he'll still be coming around, working with us, showing his face around here, and he doesn't just depart and leave us high and dry. So I want to thank Jim for his years of service, his career and dedication. Ask you guys, just give him a standing ovation for all he's done for McLane High School. Congratulations, Jim.
I just have one thing I want to tell you before I go here. Don and I taught here together for a long time, and I can honestly tell you that I taught here for 43 years, and I never, ever said I was going to work. Now, I don't know what that means, but if somebody asked me where I was going, I'm going to school. It never, ever was work. The coaching part is not work. The teaching part is not work. Work was unloading boxcars out of United Grocers, 115 degrees, 50-pound bags of sugar and all that stuff that I did during college. That was freaking work. But this basically was a pleasure. Extreme pleasure being involved in this school through all of its years and all the changes that took place. And you see the kids, when I see the kids in the 70s, and I see the kids in the 80s, and they say the kids have changed, the school's changed. I said, well, the makeup's changed. The kids haven't changed a bit. Kid's a kid. He's a good kid. He's a good kid. He was a good kid in 1960. Good kid in 1980, 1990. Good kid's a good kid. And I've been blessed with a hell of a lot of good kids to be around. So, like I said, it hasn't been work. I appreciate the words. Thank you.
With that said, it's now we'd like to honor Coach Samarco with his plaque that reads, in recognition for your outstanding dedication to the athletes of McLane, achieving 401 baseball wins in your coaching career. Congratulations, Coach. Here you go.
can, guys. Give it up.
By the way, I can text with one hand. You guys cannot text with one hand. I see you. You don't say nothing, Stork.
But you sent me an open message with nothing in it.
Thank you guys for coming.
What does that mean?
Glad you guys made it. There's some salad and bread left back there. Some water. Take some water.
Oh.
Okay. Thank you.